now. Yep.
Hey, everybody. There's a few things different here I'd like to tell you about for our Spirit Sessions, ladies. First of all, once again, there's no Bex. Bex Marie will be back, though, and her heart and her thoughts are with us every minute, so feel the comfort in that. Secondly, we are not live today. We are pre-recording this episode, but we will tune in to all your questions and your comments, and we will still be there with you. So you are not abandoned by Spirit Sessions. Today, we are so excited because a while back, our friend Rhonda made this amazing trip to Mount Shasta, and there she met so many powerful light workers, and she's bringing them onto the show. So I invite you all to come in and join us. I invite you all to like this video and to share it out, and to even go to YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Put a like. Leave a comment there. Let YouTube know you love us. And so today, the first question, Rhonda's going to interview you, but I have a question for you, Stephanie, first. How has your life been since you've been to Shasta? Woo!
What a question. Goodness sakes. Thank you, for starters, for having me, here. And how do I answer that? How do I answer that question? It feels like fast forward in a really slow, beautiful way that I can see from a new perspective.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that resonates with you in any kind of way, but for me, it's just been so many things that it's hard to articulate. And that really kind of sums it up for me in a strange way that ignores all of the rules and boundaries of time space, right?
I love it. I love it.
It was certainly an eye-opening. What did we figure? We tuned into a frequency of a tribe we didn't know we belonged to.
Yeah.
And it's another tribe, but it's still the same tribe, and it was like just coming home in a lot of ways. And Stephanie, I met you. I brought you green smoothie early in the morning, the first morning you woke up.
Yeah.
Because, well, that was Jessica saying. Oh, no, Karen said, you can't forget the other two, because we felt like we had abandoned you to another bed or breakfast and we got there. But here she comes out in this halo of beautiful red curls. And something like that. Holy Gloria. We loved it. And we were, here, have a vegan smoothie. And there you go. And we're doing that. And I did my vegan smoothie. Now, Stephanie's also on this show called The Muses with 3 other light workers that were at Shasta as well.
We got to tune into
have
that.
them on in the future. We just have to settle on a time and a space. So, yeah. Stephanie, I've heard bits and pieces of your story over that week, but I didn't hear the full story, and I won't call you Mary right now. But
I'm still getting used to that.
I know, there is another story to that. So how about just, tell us how you became this, and tell us why you can't be here live on Sunday too.
So the reason that we're recording is because I have a Sunday gig.
Oh, yay!
I have a Sunday gig. I've had a Sunday gig. I've been called to the pulpit for the last 8 years.
Ooh, years.
The pulpit is actually where I experienced this profound spiritual awakening, the beginning of this profound spiritual awakening, because I feel like it never ends, or at least it hasn't for me yet. It just keeps going and going. It's amazing, the discovery and exploration that takes place when you realize your divine connection. And having had that experience at the pulpit, it's allowing me to breathe new life and new light into a place that brings so much confusion for a lot of people. Honestly, if we're being authentic, if we're being real about it.
Yeah.
Because people want to live in faith, but don't know what it means. They don't. They hear it talked about. They hear the stories, see people living certain ways, but if you're living in faith and truly connected to the divine, it's something that takes place here.
Ooh.
Take place out here in all the other areas of life that you're watching everyone else experience. It's inward here. So I don't know. It's been a challenge and a blessing. And when people ask me why I do it, I never say because I want to. Because I don't. It's a call. It's one of those things that you do because you're asked. And the first time that I was asked to come to the pulpit, I couldn't say no because I knew it was a force greater than me bringing me there. And that first experience anchored something in me. And that's when I had the realization that if I was ever asked again, because at that point I didn't know what was going to happen, right? That first time I was just filling in for somebody who was on vacation, and it was doing a friend a favor kind of thing. I said, you know what, if I'm ever asked again, I'll never say no, because this is so much bigger than me. And 8 years later, I'm still there. I'm still at the pulpit every Sunday. I took a hiatus for about 6 months when I did experience a big blowout awakening, and it all was very, very timely. You know, source, spirit pieced it together all perfectly for me, and gave me a break right when I needed one. And then I got called again. At the end of my break, at the end of my, my self-love and my exploration and diving even deeper than I ever knew at that point that I would or would want to. And I got called back. I'm still there. So, I'll continue to bring light into the sanctuary, into the service, into the congregation, and explore and share things. Obviously, and Jesus, obviously, all of these things that people come to church to hear about, but they're learning that the church goes beyond the bounds of the scripture. And if we're really living a life in Christed consciousness, if we're really walking in the footsteps of Jesus, then it's how we live and how we treat each other and what we do inside, not what the book says to do. It's not a rules that you check off, right?
Right.
Feel like you have to. It's a way of being.
That's good to know. I always thought I
love
had
it.
grades on the bell curve. It's not 9 or 10 out of 10. I feel better now.
Thank you. Yeah.
So
I love it.
now, Gertz, how does that fit into all of this? How does that fit in? Like, how do you explain that to your congregation?
I find that it doesn't so much fit in as it just is.
Okay.
It is how we're created. I do a lot of teaching and talking about the human as an electrical being, and the light body and the energetic body and the physical body. And these are things that in today's day and age, we can no longer ignore. As far as science has come, and as much as they still have to do to catch up with what we know, right?
Exactly.
Right? We can look at it both ways. We can do that cup half full, cup half empty dance. But there are some things that we just can't ignore. The evidence is there. And we get to use that to our benefit, to teach, to educate, like Dr. Emoto's teachings with water. Right. And the way that we can program the cells. And we know that the body is made up primarily of water. And the deeper we go to a cellular level, the more concentrated that water content becomes, like 90% at a cellular level. It's worth noting. It's worth understanding. And when you can connect that element of our design to consciousness and intuition, and relate that to the way that Jesus lived and the way that we should all be living, right?
Right, yeah.
Then it becomes really beautiful and understandable all at the same time.
Wow, I love that. Oh, well, what comfort
it's
for everyone.
To me how science always thought they were way above the spirituality, and now they're having to catch up. They're having to catch up and look at the
Catch-up game,
as a
really is.
spiritual being, rather than, well, that's all poo-poo. You guys can't prove that, and that's not. Well, now they're saying through quantum physics and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may have missed this little door that we should have gone through, and the church had to marry that too with them. It's like intelligence and spirituality. It's all mixed together. It's there's not one or the other. It's all sort of together, right? You can't just,
It's all of
you
the
know,
same.
that
Yeah.
that crystal that powers your watch. That crystal that powers your watch. Oh, that has power. But this crystal, no, that doesn't have any power. Yeah, well, sorry, I have to tell you something.
Right. Oh, that's completely different, right?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I remember.
That's funny, actually,
You
Rhonda.
guys and your crystals.
The Sunday that we got back from Shasta, I took that Vibes Up crystal sheet. Did you go to the Vibes Up store? You did, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I got loaded up on the Vibes Up.
I thought we were.
I got loaded up at the Vibes Up. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
I took it to children's time. I took it to use it in the children's sermon to show not only the kids, but the entire congregation how man-made frequencies affect our chi, affect our energy. And having someone stand there and do that little test like the lady did in the story, you're just muscle testing. You just put your arm out and you muscle test and you resist against the arm. And it's tough because the person's strong, right? And then you have them hold their phone in the other hand down here at their side and try again. Whoop, there goes their arm.
Wow, amazing. Yeah.
And then you take the little Vibes Up protector that you're supposed to put on your phone, that, you know, like EMF buster type thing, and hold it in your hand. Yeah, see, she's got one there. Hold it in your hand and do the muscle test again, and immediately it's hard again, even with the phone in your hand, as long as you're holding on to that so that it's breaking up the EMFs and not killing your chi, right? Zapping your energy. It's so cool. That was just so much fun to be able to share with them. And everybody's going, oh, and you've got a man who wants to stand up and try it. Oh, I don't believe that. Like, oh,
I love that.
Yeah, so you have like a line. Well, let me do me. Show me.
I'll show you how strong you're not, because you can't. No,
you know, my chiropractor did that. I had my chiropractor when I was in middle school come to the school and show all the 8th graders stuff. I had no idea what he was going to do. And by the time he got there, I was probably pretty embarrassed. But what he did is he had somebody come up and he was muscle testing them. And then he gave him like a sucker, a candy, you know what I mean? A lollipop. Okay, put that in your, and then their hand went down. And so he was showing everybody. And so it's fun, all the things we can do with our tools.
It's super cool to be able to give examples like that and teach people. And in a setting like that, it's like, let's get as much good information going as we possibly can. Teach people, educate people. We got to know this stuff.
Yes.
We got to remember it.
That proves even more that we're more than just, that kind of proves even more that we're more than just flesh and blood. We're spirit in this meat suit. And that other things with electrical currents and other things can affect us and have a lot. So that segues right into what you're doing now, because you're making tools for people that you've downloaded from the Akash. Like you put into the information that's available to all of us, and you've been some divinely inspired, I like to say, for other things, so you're a little inventor there. So tell us about what you're doing. Hopefully it brought them with you.
It's looking that way. It's looking a little bit like I have a notebook full of ideas that just keep coming. And one of the first, actually the first spiritual tool that I channeled through the space of the Akash, let me grab one here, is the Akashic Pyramid.
Woohoo!
Whoa.
So this is someone's Akashic Pyramid.
Oh, nice.
Her name is Julie. Shout out to Julie for having amazing energy and helping me create this spirit-led design.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is a design that's channeled through the space of the Akashic Records. I follow a very brief protocol that Spirit just handed me, a couple of quick questions that I ask to help lead the layout of the design. And then Spirit brings through each layer, one relating to the next. And it's just basically downloaded to me in one fell swoop. I sketch it all out and color it all in and then create it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, deliver it to the person who it belongs to, along with a write-up.
Is that like an organite one?
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah, it's an EMF buster, but it's also created in the space of their Akashic Records to support their energetic blueprint and just uphold their path in highest good. So it's a great meditation piece. It's great for healing. It's EMF busting. It's got all of the signature elements of a classic EMF buster, but it's designed specifically to support an individual's energetic blueprint. So
that would be
what a
lovely
great
in your
tool.
bedroom, right beside your bed, right?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it.
Christmas list, man. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've been watching videos to
I
learn
love
how
it.
to make organites, but I haven't ordered all the stuff, yet. And so I think that's so way cool that you're doing that.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to create and just to see the difference in everyone's pyramid. All of the different designs that Spirit brings through. It's cool. It's very cool.
Wow. Too cool. I love it.
That is. And then you do something else too. You have another tool you were showing us.
I do. I have Akashic crystal sets.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Wow.
So this is my set. This is my personal set.
I love it.
The stones are chosen within the space of the records. And with the set comes a set of instructions. It's actually a program that I teach. And you learn to use these crystals as a divining tool, just like you would a set of oracle cards or any other spiritual divining tool, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
So you kind of, maybe I'll put you on the spot. When you as you explain it, maybe you could divine a message for our audience that'll be watching on Sunday, and maybe bring through and sort of walk us through.
Absolutely.
I love people teaching by example. So this way, our audience gets their message, and we get to show us how it works.
Absolutely. So when you receive the set, it's got 16 stones in it. And through an attunement meditation, you attune your set of stones to your energy. It's already created for your energy, but you're attuning it to your blueprint more specifically, and choosing a guide stone and 7 pillar stones, as well as a set of masculine and a set of feminine stones.
Ooh, perfect.
Yep. All so much fun. This has been such a fun discovery tool. I don't know what I want to call it. It just feels like a gift from Spirit. It all started just as the set, and then the meditation.
Crystal shop.
Say that again.
Do you get to hang out at the crystal shop?
I do.
Okay, that's important.
Yes.
So how many crystals are there all in together?
So there are 16 all together.
Do you have some that are always in the set? Do you have some that are kind of like?
It's really been kind of all over the place.
Regulars?
How exciting.
I find If there were to be regulars, they would be selenite and fluorite.
Can't get enough selenite. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, selenite, you know, intuitive activation. Oh, that's like, come on. How's that gonna not be in your set?
It's beautiful.
I won't say that there have not been sets without it, but it does seem to be a regular.
Yeah.
Carnelian is a regular.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Carnelian was on a lot of breastplates back in the days on the high priests, right? And on the pharaoh, now the pharaohs, the Pharisees, you know, the ones, didn't they have the carnelian on their breastplates? You know,
Oh yeah,
I know the high priests did.
yeah. So let's see what kind of message we can get. What kind of area do we want to focus in? What do you think?
What do you think, Rhonda? What would bring us peace or personal?
something
Where do we
green.
want to focus our attention?
Something green.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace, yeah, peace. Peace and yeah, absence of fear. What would be that?
Absence of fear. I like that.
Absence of fear, yeah.
Absence of fear.
Fear.
So how do we
Fear
read
and
state?
yeah.
Yeah. What insight can
absence
we
of
get?
angst. Absence of angst for the future. Just like trust.
Mhm.
Trust in the future. It's going to be okay. All is well. All will be well. You know? Or as my grandma used to say, this too shall pass.
All right. So
Might pass like a kidney stone.
I'm going to go ahead and drop these down. And all I've done is chosen my guide stone and 7 pillar stones, as well as 2 of the masculine stones and 2 of the feminine stones. Just as they kind of speak to me, I'll choose 2 of the 4 of each. So I have a total of 12 in my hand, and I just drop them down in a clockwise motion.
Okay.
Without knowing what's in my hand or what's being dropped, really. And that clockwise motion, I'm reading the masculine side.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm looking for my 2 masculine stones, and they're going to bookend the stones that reveal to us the essence of the reading, the answer that we're looking for. So I've located lapis lazuli.
Woohoo.
This is my first masculine stone.
I'm wearing some of that today.
I love lapis. This is a cool little cube too.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
Very nice.
Love that.
And my other masculine stone found its way into my set after Mount Shasta. It's a piece of stone from Mount Shasta.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's almost got like a star on it.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's quite awesome.
Yeah,
Is that
pretty
from
cool.
the river?
It's from the vortex. Right,
Yeah, at the
right in
river
front.
vortex?
I found this in the river right in front of the doorway to Lemuria.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That was that energy was so powerful there.
I wish I could get in close enough because I swear it looks like the doorway.
Here, hang on. Let me make you big again. There. I love it.
That is so cool.
Oh, that's like an infinity sign, too.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all kinds of things in your rock.
It's so pretty. So that's my other masculine stone. And these 2 masculine stones are bookending these 4 stones. So I'll tell you what they are. And this is the answer to our reading. So the first is prenite.
Oh, nice.
Which represents unconditional love. This is an unconditional love stone. This is a stone for the healer's healer. It represents preparedness and protection and peace. And so we're being called to unconditional love. We're being called to preparedness. We're being called to protect our energy and find that peace with this stone.
Wow.
That's a perfect answer. So next we have fluorite.
Woohoo.
So here we go again, right? Absorbing negative energy. This stone is just a powerhouse when it comes to that, when it comes to concentration and decision making.
Right.
balance and coordination. So we're being called to be intentional, to step forward in a concentrated fashion and make decisions that will help align us with peace.
Yes.
Turn off that television.
Ooh, next week, Moldavite is
Moldavite.
such a beautiful stone. I love this stone.
What a nice chunk you got there.
Yes, 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 yes. So we're talking about grounding the light, grounding in the light to heal the earth. We're talking about reaching beyond the earthly plane. We're talking about a stone that represents memory retention, clears blockages, and all of this is so very necessary if we're going to find peace, if we're going to release angst and be in that place that we want to be in, that we've set our intention to be in. This is critical. That's a
I
critical.
love it.
And the last one we have is iolite, which
nice.
I absolutely love because I feel like this just puts the little cherry on top of the reading. This is a stone that brings forward the ability to express your true self. It's a vision stone. It allows you to see things clearly, to even release really negative, bad behaviors, which we know are where the angst often comes from because we can't let those things go, right? This is a perfect little addition. Little fourth stone in the reading. So yeah, I love the way Spirit brought that through. That's exactly the answer that we're looking for.
Yeah, how powerful this is. I love this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, and you're teaching a course of people how to read their stones once they get them.
Yes, and what's really important is that when you get your stones, you familiarize yourself with them. You understand what they represent for you so that you can interact with them and have that relationship with them where they're relaying to you the right messages at the right time. And they all, I mean, we know how crystals and stones, so many of them have so many different properties, right?
Right. A list.
And it goes on forever. So when you're using them intuitively like this, it's really important to have a relationship with them, to understand the little nuances in each stone and what it says to you. And by all means, when you get your set, open the Akashic Records of each and every one. You know?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
it makes it so much fun. So much fun.
People don't realize that the stones have Akashic Records and you can ask them questions and they'll give you answers.
Yes.
This stone particularly wants to sleep in my room near my head.
Oh, neat. Bring it more forward, right in front of you. So I want to see it really good. I'm going to make you big.
It's a Lemurian crystal. Like, it's an amazing Lemurian crystal. I don't even know where I got it, but it's such a record keeper. It's just powerful.
It is.
It's my unicorn one.
Oh, yeah, it is. Check it out.
Yeah. So, yeah. I love that you get to play with all the things I like to play with.
Yes.
I have. That you got my dream job then. So
yes. Yeah. So, I love it.
And people can go to your site, or do they go to your site, or do you have a site, or do they just contact you through your Facebook?
I have a booking link, and what I encourage people to do is reach out to me and let's chat. Let's talk about what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you're seeking, what it is that you want to accomplish. Are you wanting to enhance your intuition, get to know your intuition? Are you looking for cellular health, physical body help? Do you want it all? Are you looking for a full transformation? You want to start the journey and just dive, because we can do all of this. We can do every single one of them.
One-stop shopping, Stephanie. Yeah. Turn your life around. So, okay, you went just on a little adventure here last week.
I did.
Tell us what you brought back from your, we got up to 7,000 feet, and I'm a sea level girl like you. And I'm going, oh my God. How do people breathe up here? And there's little guys trudging up there, but I'm just going, oh my God. And everybody's going, are you guys okay? Yeah, we're okay. We just have to stop every six
Yeah.
steps and breathe again. But you went up to almost 12,000 feet. So tell me how that was, and tell me what you learned up there, because it looks gorgeous. Gorgeous,
It
gorgeous.
it was like no other trip. And I can say that because the place that we went, I have been now 4 times. It's called Willow Lake. It's in the San Luis Valley. And this year, for the first time, we took the entire family, including the dog.
Oh, nice.
I almost don't know, because it was just one of those trips that sends you away with this newfound appreciation for life, for the people that you live with, for the adventures that are available to you. It was eye-opening. It was a little bit of I won't say a stress. I don't want to say that it was stressful, but it was a different kind of feeling as a mom, having both of your kids on the mountain at the same time with you and your husband.
Wow.
They're a little young, like not super young. Jack is 12, but getting to see his eyes just fill up with awe and wonder at the sights, at the the sounds, the whole experience, the walking with your own 2 feet, saying goodbye to I don't know, restrooms and Nintendos. He's 12, he didn't know what to expect. He had never done anything like this before.
How long did it take you to hike up to 12,000 feet?
We left the trailhead, I believe, at about 11:30. It's an 8-mile, 2,700 foot elevation gain.
It's about 6 hours?
Yeah, we got there about dark.
Oh my
We got
God.
there about dark, and we did. Everybody rolled with the punches, and we put up camp with headlights, and we had one kid puking and one kid with a headache and cramps, and everything was falling apart by the time we got there. It was interesting, and let me tell you what. This has got to be recorded. This has got to be documented so I can at least. Like I said, you guys, come here and listen to what I said about you. My kids are troopers. Oh my goodness. We stopped, I don't know how many times, because, when people are uncomfortable, and especially a person that's never done it before, you don't want them to hate it and never want to do it again. Yeah. So it's like, okay, we stop on the trail. Everybody's in their body, like more than they've ever been before in their entire life, right? Because how can you help but be in your body when you can barely breathe? You can barely breathe, and you're looking at the trail ahead of you, and you can't be anywhere but right there.
Right.
And we gave them the option. I said, we can
meditation.
We can go back to the car. We're not forcing you to climb this mountain. And it's funny. Honestly, now it is, because when you think about it, it's like, what were they going to do? Were they going to be like, yeah, let's go back to the car, when you could see where we were going, and they wanted so badly to be there? But they're troopers. They are these little humans. They marched themselves right up that mountain, pushed through the messages that you get from the body, the pain,
Yeah.
the nausea, elevation got both of them. It did. There's just no other way to say it. It got them both. And it ended up getting me once we got to base camp. I've never had elevation sickness before. This is my 5th packing, and yeah, I was in tough straits for maybe 10 minutes. I didn't feel good at all.
Wow.
But you know what? We got up there, and everybody got to wake up the next morning. We hang in the trees, by the way. We don't even do tents, really. We took one tent with us for the boy and the dog. And the rest of us were hanging in hammocks. So you're swinging.
I love it.
You're swinging from the trees. Talk about a great place to meditate. Oh my God. Walk yourself to, 11,000 some odd feet and swing in the trees. You can hear the water. You close your eyes, and you can hear the rushing water coming down from the waterfalls. and you can every so often just hear the hoof of an animal because they're practically tame up there. There's people up there so often, and you can hear them. You can hear them clopping down on the stone and standing over your campsite, and every once in a while, like,
oh, how neat is that?
Oh, cool.
just, it's so cool. And just the smell, you just breathe in, and it's pine permeating your lungs, and it's so beautiful up there. So what did I bring back? Well, I brought back an amazing meditation. I downloaded an amazing meditation while I was there, where I'll get to introduce everyone to this place. I'll get to introduce everyone to the place called Willow Lake.
Wow, how
Yeah,
cool.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited, and just kind of bubbling over with I don't know, I don't want to say expectations, but man, I want to have it recorded for myself while it's still so fresh, because I love this place so much. We wouldn't
do a YouTube video and yeah.
How beautiful, though. What a way to honor your spot.
Yeah. So I have that, and I had a feeling while I was there, and it just came to me as this brief realization that it might be a little while before I go back there again. Just because we've been there so many times in the last 5 years. We've been there 4 out of the last 5 years. And so I essenced the lake. I essenced the willows. I essenced a couple of beautiful flowers and created an elixir while I was there. Yeah, I'm super excited.
That came from our alchemy classes on Shasta. It's awesome.
Yeah. So that experience, getting to have that experience there in that place with a set of eyes that I have this summer, right? Because we're always evolving and changing, and it's like you're always realizing something bigger. And so it was different. It was different this year for sure to be there and have that experience and be able to bring a piece of it back with me. A couple of pieces. Very cool.
So did you meet any friends up there? When you're at night, did you see any light shifts? I just have to ask.
I didn't. You know what? I thought about it, Rhonda, and I actually thought of you. But I ended up so tired.
You went to sleep. Yeah, I got it.
Collapsed into my hammock, and that was it. It was done.
Did you hear any owls when you were up there?
No.
I wonder if that's pretty
I did see marmot. I saw marmot. Now my family's going to make fun of me because I never know which one is right. It's either longhorn goat or bighorn sheep. Which one is right?
Oh, okay. Bighorn sheep I hear more often.
They call them bighorn sheep, and I couldn't remember what it's called, and I called it a longhorn goat, and everybody's made fun of me since.
Yeah, that's a bighorn sheep.
It's not a longhorn goat, Mom. It's a bighorn sheep. I'm like, whatever. It's a bighorn.
So where are you? What state are you
They're
in?
mountain goats and they're bighorn sheep.
I'm in Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay, you're close to me. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee, but I came from California, so I know all the hiking places out there. But how cool!
She was in Colorado because they don't have 12,000.
I wasn't in Missouri, Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, I saw marmot. I saw the bighorn sheep, the little mice, whatever they are, that come out and they screech at you. And then they run back. I don't know what they're called.
Were they kangaroo rats? I mean, I don't know. They're in California. I don't know about Colorado.
They've got great big ears. Yeah, they're super funny.
Chinchilla? No.
They kind of look like chinchilla, but no, I don't think they're chinchilla.
No. Oh, wow.
And then marmots kind of look like groundhogs. Yeah.
They look like groundhogs.
It's a different slice of the earth. It's just things that you see there you might be hard pressed to see someplace else in that configuration. And then of course we went to the sand dunes. We saw the great sand dunes while we were there too. So, big, beautiful pile of crystal that's blown across the ocean through a couple of mountain peaks and just landed. That's the
In
great stuff.
Colorado, they have those?
Yes.
Oh, because I know I've mentioned in Mexico where they have that.
Mm-hmm.
The gypsum blows off the mountains and makes the sand dunes, which gypsum is what the selenite comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, we went and climbed the sand dunes while we were there too.
Oh, that's hard. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Sand dunes are hard to climb up.
Yeah,
It was pretty tough, but I had that full moon energy in my favor. We were there on Monday the 3rd. Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool. It was super cool to be in the San Luis Valley that weekend, or it was a Monday. So yeah, great energy. And that place is just so mystical and beautiful anyway. To be there in that time was extra special. Yeah.
so such a great. Well, Stephanie, just again, tell us how people can reach you, and tell us, you have the crystals and you have the organite Akashic pyramids. Is
Yes.
there other things you do readings too? And what else do you
I don't do one-off sessions, but I do resets. So it's a set of 3 sessions. And then I'm actually launching my program, Mastering the Akash, which teaches people and certifies people in reading the Akashic Records. That's part of my mastermind. So I just finished a 6-month mastermind. Those students will now move into the certification course for learning to work in the space of their Akashic Records. And I'll be relaunching my mastermind in February of 2021. And that 6-month mastermind is focused on certifying intuitive health coaches. So there's an emphasis in cellular health, regenerative cell care,
Nice.
learning the different facets of the body and different modalities for healing at a cellular level, including the space of the Akashic Records and pulling forward your unique medicine, your special protocols, whatever spirit led you to share with the collective.
Oh, I love that. What's the DNA work that you do? I know we touched upon it, but what's the DNA work?
Yeah, so I stumbled across. Oh, whoops. Mistakes. A company that specializes in DNA nutrition found me at the same time as the Akashic Records found me. And so I just find them really hard to separate. They just always come back together for me. DNA nutrition, it's targeted nutrition designed to support your genetic variants. And so you're really just feeding your body that perfect cell food. And it's such a vibration elevator. When I found both of these modalities, the records and nutrigenomics, which is, DNA nutrition, my vibe went from here to here. And it was,
believe me, it's here. I know.
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel her across the room. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
no wonder they made it up the mountain.
I actually ended up downloading. There are a lot of other things that I've brought through the space of the records. I do a lot of work with people in transitioning their palate to a different lifestyle with food.
Oh, nice.
So I've downloaded protocols and meditations for reprogramming the gut flora.
Nice.
All kinds of deep cellular work in a meditative state, as well as the 3D physical, tangible nutrition, food, right? Cell food, living foods. And so I work with people in that way. And I also downloaded directly from the space of the records a DNA activation that attunes a person's DNA variant by variant according to their genetic profile and calls into action the 5D energetic match to the 3D nutrition that they've been physically, tangibly ingesting, and involves and enhances their experience with that DNA nutrition.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's super exciting.
Oh, yeah. That's more fun than going to a regular doctor where you never learn anything. I mean, here we can come to you and learn all kinds of unique things. It's like way cool.
I love it. I love teaching how to play with the body. I mean, everyone has their own unique protocol, their own unique blueprint for healing, their own unique path. And it doesn't have to look the same for everyone. It truly doesn't. There are so many different elements of who we are that play into how we live our life. And when you talk to a person about healing their physical body and you start, bringing into play all the changes that they're going to have to make in their day-to-day life, that's not one size fits all.
Thank you.
It simply isn't. You can't say to a person, well, all you have to do is this, 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 and this. And that's what you tell everybody. It's like, what? No, no, because you're forgetting that a person has experience that's playing into who they are, that their light and energetic bodies are trapping emotions, and food is programming themselves just as much as the mind. And it's all a symbiotic relationship according to where they live and what they eat. And there's so many things that come into play: the genetics, the variants. What are they getting? What are they not? What's making them toxic? What's insufficient? Where's the deficiency? And we've got energetic deficiencies, just like we have nutritional deficiencies, and we have to address all of them at the same time. And when you factor in a person's lifestyle and job and finances and all of those things into one big package, you don't have a one size fits anything.
No.
Great. I love that, though. That's perfect.
It's exciting. It's an exciting time because people actually get excited to do this work when they hear a person explain that it's not going to hurt. Right? It's not gonna hurt you.
Take
it's not
away my Hawkins cheese.
your whole entire life. It's not gonna, there's a lot of reasons that people could be scared to dive in and start making changes. And it can be exciting. It needs to be exciting. And there's ways to make it exciting. And we let spirit decide what those are.
Wow, very good. So I'll have put all your links and all your contact information in the video description, so it'll all be there for people to find you. And we have one final question for you. I'm going to let Teresa ask it because she's the pro rock and roller person. So.
Anyway. Yeah, and Andy and everybody. Yeah, those were the good old days. 16 was fun. After that, it all went downhill. But anyway, the question is, and it's just so exciting to me because music is a catalyst. It helps boost our mood. It helps clear things. When you're angry and you get a good angry song going, boom, now you're voicing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whatever mood you're in, music is there to enhance it for you. So what song would it be that you would pick that would be the theme song of your life right now with what you're doing?
I have to laugh, Teresa. I just do. Disco Inferno.
I got chills. That's so funny.
Oh, no. I mean, okay, so let's think about it. The words, right? Satisfaction came in a chain reaction.
Right.
Like that.
Boom, boom.
I couldn't get enough, so I had to self-destruct. Heat was on, rising to the top, everybody going strong, and that's when my spark got hot. I heard somebody say, Disco Inferno!
God, she knows all the words. Oh my God.
I love it.
I can remember the words, but yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
It's just so much fun. Oh. And like I said, we were talking, oh my gosh, you don't know whether it's good or bad, right? But it's a lot of fun. And it doesn't have to be one or the other, as long as you're enjoying yourself, being true to who you are and let it go.
But isn't this true that when we do look back at the songs that we all grew up with, and, we've all had our different eras and different genres, but when we look back at some of the old songs, they have new meaning to us now in our lives, don't they?
Very true. Because I don't think I would have ever picked that song until now.
Well, now you know.
Now you know.
I love it.
It all has meaning later on. We won't be able to tell you who won the share out last week because we don't know yet. So, but we will post it in the comments, or we'll tell you the next week. We'll tell you who this won this week when we do our next week's show. And hey, you get to know this first, Stephanie, because I kind of put a hint on the Spirit Sessions page today. But guess who's our next week's? You may not know her. Her name is Diana Cooper.
I don't think I do.
Do you know Diana Cooper?
Yeah.
Diana Cooper is an amazing author. She is an amazing oracle card maker. She talks about the unicorns, and when you saw her face, you'd know who she was.
Probably that. And she's so elegant. Her accent is just so pristine and perfect. Yeah, the dragon deck.
Oh, wow.
She's from the UK. She's a Hay House author, a multi-big Hay House author. She just released the premiere of her unicorn documentary about unicorns in light and bringing in the light, and how they come in and how they have come in and started supporting us. But yeah, she's a big deal for us. She's such a lovely lady.
I'll be looking forward to catching that up.
Yeah, lovely lady.
Yes.
She's not a rip. Yeah. So it's awesome. So thank you so much for being here. We look forward to seeing you again when we bring on your other 3 soul sisters, the muses, which might be earlier than later, but we have to talk about that. And thank you all for joining us on Spirit Sessions. Tune in this Sunday. It will be this Sunday on the 16th of August. And next Sunday will be Diana Cooper on the 23rd of August. So thank you guys, and love you, and talk to you later. Bye.
Namaste.
You might have to try to end that.
Okay, I'll do it. Here we go. Namaste.